In this video we will discuss about the solenoid act as a bar magnet. That is how we can replace the bar magnet by solenoid. Now first of all let us see their magnetic field lines. If you see the magnetic field lines, they are similar to one another. If you see the magnetic field line inside this magnet, they are moving from south to north. Similarly, in this bar magnet also, they are moving from one particular direction to other particular direction. The magnetic field lines are moving from this end, from the right end to the left end. So this end of the solenoid will be a south pole and this end of the solenoid will be a north pole. So we can say that bar magnet can be replaced with the solenoid. Now one more point we want to discuss to compare the magnetic field axis of this solenoid. We know that the magnetic field, because of this bar magnet on its axis, when P point is very far away from this bar magnet, is mu naught upon 4 pi 2m divided by r cube. This you can remember electrostatic concept. That is, we know that for the electrostatic, if you have a dipole and this is your point P, which is at a distance of r, when r is very much far away from this dipole, then the electric field is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught 2p divided by r cube. So similarly, we have applied the similar relationship for the case of magnetic field. Now let us find out the magnetic field on the axis of the solenoid when the point of observation is very far. To find out the magnetic field on the axis line of this solenoid at a point, certain point P, which is very far away. To do that, I consider a solenoid having a length capital L and number of turns per unit length, that is small n. That is total number of turns per unit total length. Now let P be the point where we want to calculate the magnetic field because of this solenoid is at a distance of x from the center of the solenoid. Now to calculate the magnetic field at this P point, first I have to choose a one section of this solenoid. So I choose a small section of this solenoid as a dl, which is at a distance of L from the center of the solenoid. Now first we will calculate the magnetic field because of this section of the loop at the point P. And then we integrate it and we calculate the total magnetic field because of the solenoid. Now this situation is similar to that, having a radius capital R and is at a distance of x from the point of observation and having capital N number of turns, then the magnetic field because of this one is given by this formula, that is mu naught upon 2 I r square divided by x square plus capital R square raised to power 3 by 2. Since it is having a capital N number of turns, so I write here capital N. Now same formula can be applied for this section of the loops of a solenoid. Now we know that dB is equal to mu naught upon 2 I r square, same, where I suppose capital R is your radius, dl length, so number of turns will be equal to n into dl. So n into dl. Now divided by x, where x is a distance from the point of observation to the center of the loop. So here center of loop is here and then we want to calculate this distance, but our this x distance is from the center solenoid. So this distance will be equal to x minus L. So I put here x minus L whole square r square 3 by 2. Our situation is कि P point of observation is very far away from this solenoid. This means that if I compare the distance of x with r and L, that is negligible. So I can neglect the r and L in comparison to x. So put the value, it becomes dB mu naught upon 2 I r square n dl, and this L can be neglected and this R can be neglected. So we are left with only x cube. You want to calculate total magnetic field. So total magnetic field from here, you are sitting here, you have to calculate total magnetic field because of this whole loops. So you have to move minus L by 2 to plus L by 2. So your integration will be from minus L by 2 to L by 2. Others same as this factor. Now here whatever the things which are constant, I will take it outside. Only dl is left, all are constant, so I taken it outside. That is mu naught upon 2 I r square divided by x cube into n and integration of dl. So we know that in total length from minus L by 2 to L by 2, that is equal to L. So we put the value of L. Now solving little bit. So first of all, we first calculate what is the magnetic dipole moment of this whole solenoid. So we know that one loop of the solenoid will have a magnetic dipole moment is equal to I into A. I is a current, A is a area of the loop. Area of the loop is pi r square. Since this solenoid is having a capital N number of turns, so it becomes N into I pi r square. So now if you put the value of total number of turns from here, since small n is a number of turns per unit length, so it becomes small n into L. So I put the value in this and we get this much. So this is your magnetic dipole moment. So our equation becomes, if you write this one here, so you have to multiply with pi and divide with pi. So pi I multiplied here above and pi at the denominator. So this above term NL I pi r square is nothing but it is a magnetic dipole moment. So we put the value and what we get, magnetic dipole moment is equal to mu naught upon 2 pi m divided by x cube. So if you multiply with 2, then what we get, magnetic field is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2m divided by x sine. This is similar to the magnetic field produced by the bar magnet on the axial line when P point is very far away. So that is B is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi 2m divided by r cube. So that is same sense as compared to this much. So we can say that the solenoid behaves like a bar magnet, or bar magnet can be replaced with the solenoid. One of the main advantage of replacing this bar magnet with the solenoid is that with the help of solenoid I can change the magnetic field by changing the current. But bar magnet is fixed one, it has a fixed magnetic field. So this is a main advantage of the solenoid. So thanking you.